everybody, and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to share with you guys how I make a bling cup. I am addicted to this and I absolutely love it. I find this the most relaxing thing to do. I mean, I basically just do it whenever I feel like it or when I have time and work on it for a couple minutes. But this was my very first bling cup that I made. I ended up getting the cup from Michael's. It looks exactly like this when I bought it. So you can buy different cups. There's a couple different websites that you can buy cups, and I'll make a separate video showing you guys different cups. But this is the one that I wanted because I could not wait to get one in the mail. I really wanted a stainless steel cup. Now, one thing is, when I do try to find a cup, I want something that is not going to leak. Like you tip it over. I don't want any liquid to coming out of it, and it seals really well. There might be some water that comes out of the straw, but otherwise it's pretty easy. If you get a cup that has like a dent or so in it, don't worry about it. You won't see it because it covers it up completely. So this is the cup that we're going to use. This is my very first cup, and so I ended up using two different size jewels or rhinestones. Now, I've done my research on jewels. There's resin jewels, there's acrylic or plastic, whatever, and then there's glass, and then you also have the Swarovski crystals, which are super expensive, but these are very similar to the Swarovski crystals. But these are glass rhinestones, and I've noticed that the glass ones are a little bit shinier. So I ended up getting these jewels on Etsy. I just typed in rhinestones, and I found these on Etsy. I have another place where I will show you guys in a little bit where I've got my rhinestones too. But when doing a cup like this, you could do a ton of different sizes, but the main sizes that people use are called an SS20, which is 5 millimeters. This is the website where I got my rhinestones. This is becreateful.com. Super easy website. They have tons to go through. Now, when you guys do order rhinestones, you want to make sure they're the flat backs and not the hot fix. Hot fix requires a thing where you can like melt the glue onto like clothing and stuff. This is something, the flat backs is something that you guys want to actually, glue the stuff on. So this is an SS20. And then these are SS16. Yeah, 16. This one is called the Crystal AB. So it's an iridescent. Now these look gorgeous in the summertime, but right now the sun is gone, so I don't have that. But these are the two sizes that I used. Now, to do a project like this, you will need 2 bags of the SS20. There is 1,440 of them here. So you guys will need 2 of these bags to do this project. And you will only need 1 bag of the SS16. I barely used any of the SS16. Most of them that I used was just like filler items here. And then there are some like just in little spots here and there, but I tried to keep a straight line. You can't even notice it unless you really, looked at it. So that is what I have. I have a little container here that I put my jewels in, but these are the ones that are the SS20 and that AB, Crystal AB. So what I do is I have 1 bag of this. This is 1 bag that I have not opened. Here is the label. I just have that in here. And then here is the SS20 jewels. And then I haven't opened up the SS16. But this color right here that I got from Be Createful is blue zircon glass rhinestones. Now I wanted something that's a turquoise. Now this kind of looks like a dark turquoise color in person. On the website it looks pretty much like that, just a little bit more tealer. When this is out in the sun, it's a really bright blue, which is still an okay color. I wanted more of a teal, but that's fine with that. I ended up getting some other colors. I have like this reddish pink color. These are Siam, S-I-A-M, A-B glass rhinestones. And then I have these really pretty ones. These are like some like iridescent. This is Chameleon Emerald glass. And then I also have a purple, which I already opened them. But yeah, so those are the colors that I have. But today we're going to do the teal one. Now, here's the thing. For this, what I ended up doing is I just glued these right on. But since I am using a color for the back for this, I don't want to see the silver, because if you have the same, if you have the silver, you will see that you got messed up on. Here you can't even tell because it's pretty much like a silver color. So what I ended up getting is I got some spray paint. Now you guys can use acrylic spray, you can use acrylic paint or spray paint, however you guys want. I just found something that is what I had around the house that is very similar to that color. So this is what we're going to do first. I will show you guys that. The next thing you guys would need besides the cup is, if you want to use something like this, this is just a tray that you put the jewels on, and it's up to you. I was just using a regular like Tupperware dish, but this is something that you just kind of shake and then the jewels will be easier to dab at. So it's up to you guys what you want to do, but that's what I have. That's totally up to you what you want. Now, I've seen a lot of people use Liquid Fusion or they've used Gem Tack. Do not use E6000. I find E6000 a good glue. I love that glue, but I don't feel like it's right for this kind of a project because there's a lot of stuff that squeezes out of the E6000 and you need very little bit of it. So I'm currently using the Liquid Fusion. I love it. It works awesome. And I've seen a lot of people use Gem Tack. That's probably the next glue I will probably purchase later on. But we got that. Now here's a little tool that I bought. This is basically what I put the Liquid Fusion in because you only need a little bit. You only need a little bit at a time. I feel like if I use this, it'll be fine. I just use more glue than what I truly need. So I just use a little fine line. So this is the glue that I've used. If you guys see right here, this is how much I filled this thing full. And it's almost halfway done. And I've already done 2.5 cups with this glue. So I mean, you don't use hardly any of the glue for that. I found these on Amazon. I got like a 15 pack. And I will have a link below for all that stuff. And then another thing you guys need to do, now I didn't do this with my first cup, but I am starting to do it with my other cups, is you guys need some sandpaper. I don't care what grit. I know some people say you need a specific grit. This is fine sandpaper, but you guys do want to sand your cup. Now be prepared, a black will come off of it, and then after I sand it, then I just use some rubbing alcohol and clean it to make sure it's clean. So the first thing I'm going to do is start sanding this, and then I'm going to use the spray paint and do a coat or two on here, and then I'll show you guys what to do next. But it's pretty easy. Another tool that I forgot to mention is this little wax pen. Now I bought the Crystal Katana. I bought this at Hobby Lobby. These are like 25 bucks, and then I used a 40% off coupon to use it because I saw a lot of people using that. But there are tons of different other brands that you guys can use. Be Creative actually has some for like $5-something, and I was going to use, I'm going to probably get some of those when I do it. But I mean, all it is just a wax tip, and then there's another tip here, but I put that inside the pen. But it is a wax tip, and all it is for is just picking up the jewels. That's all it does, because you do put the jewels on individually. So I recommend this. This is super awesome. I mean, it's just a wax pen. I've been using it quite a bit, and then after a while it will get dull. So you can buy you can buy tips for this. So we will see, but let's start sanding. Okay, you guys, so I have it sanded as best as I can. You don't have to have it perfect, but my hands were black from sanding that. Now, I had another cup that my hands were even worse than that. But I will be showing you guys different techniques and everything as I start making more and more cups. But like I said, this is the best. So the next thing I have is just a regular paper towel, and I have rubbing alcohol. Then you guys just want to basically clean it. You know, just wipe off everything, and you guys can still see there's stuff just coming off of it. So that is why I recommend, I didn't have the lid on all the way. That is why I recommend cleaning this, because just with all the dirt and the grime, you want this thing to be shiny. So I can really smell that rubbing alcohol. So I got that clean. We're going to let it dry. It doesn't take that long. And then we're just going to wipe the cap off. Okay. So there I got it. And look how dirty that is. So you can leave the cover on if you guys want. I'm going to probably leave the cover on because I am going to forgot what I was going to say. I am going to spray paint it, so now my hands are dirty again. So I'm going to probably put a little piece of tape right here to cover the spray paint so it doesn't go inside the cup. So that is my next step. Okay guys, so I have a piece of tape just on the inside right here so it doesn't go all the way through. It actually really doesn't matter, but I just feel safer to have it that way. And then I have my cup upside down so none of the spray paint will get inside. I could probably put a thing of tape on the outside, but I'm just going to have it lay down the whole time. So I'm using my sea glass foam. Now you guys can use pretty much any kind of spray paint if you want, but this is what I have at home and I don't want to waste any more. So let's see how this sprays. I've never sprayed this kind before, so I'm excited to see how easy it is. And it doesn't have to be like super perfect, you guys, because you're going to be putting jewels on it. So I'm going to continue spraying. Okay guys, so I let this dry for actually 2 days, but I did mess up on the spray paint a little bit, but you will not see it. Awesome thing is this spray paint turned out to be exactly perfect. Now I did miss some spots, which is totally fine. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your glue. Now I have used it from the top, but you have the cover on, so you don't want to go all the way to the top. So I'm actually going to start from the bottom, and I should have started from the bottom first because the bottom you can get a better straight line than you can up front. So I got my glue. I just take a little bit and I just dab it right on, and I kind of just scrape it like this. You don't need to have it, you know, super thick. You don't have to have it super thin. But I kind of get like 2 layers in at a time. So I just do a little bit at once. Then what you're going to do is you just take your tray, if you guys choose to do this, however you want to do it. I had it in a little container at first. And then you're just going to take the wax pen, and you're just going to dab it, and then you're just going to put it on nicely like that. Sometimes if your pen doesn't want to pick it up, you might just have to like take it and scrape it a little bit. But you're just going to continue doing this over and over again. Now I kind of have this slide a little bit so I can get the glue on all the pieces. And then you're going to do what they call is a honeycomb. Now there's 2 different methods to do this. There's the honeycomb and then there's also the scatter. The scatter will take a whole lot longer than the honeycomb. I really like it. I also forgot to mention I did buy some gem tack, which I will be doing in another video to share with you guys with that. But currently I'm using liquid fusion. And I do mess up, which is totally fine. So you're just going to continue doing this, and you want to go all the way around. And then what I end up doing is after I go all the way around, I'll stop and let it harden, because then I make sure I have my straight line, and it's so much easier to start doing the honeycomb thing with that. So what I'm going to do now is just continue going all the way around, and then I will show you guys what it looks like after it's all the way around. Okay guys, so I'm pretty much did the whole row. As I was doing every section, I kind of just made sure it was straightened. But then you're going to notice that you're going to have a little bit of a possible gap at the end. I did forget to mention that I'm using the SS20s right now for the size. So you basically just want to make sure while the glue is still a little wet to get your straight line. I'm going to probably let this dry for, I have to go somewhere, and then I'll come back and continue working on it. But once you got the line pretty much made, then it goes a whole lot easier from there, because then you just kind of just keep pushing it forward. So yeah, so I can't even tell like where I started because it was a good even thing. So I'm gonna let this dry and then come back to it. Okay guys, so I've had this sit for a couple hours. You don't really need to have it sitting for a couple hours. I just couldn't get a chance to do it. So now these are pretty much on there like crazy. So we're gonna do the next row, which goes a lot faster. My daughter says hi in the background, but I'm probably putting more glue on than what I truly need to. So you're just gonna basically, you know, yeah, you're just gonna basically just kind of do this, and you can start going a whole lot faster when you start doing this because you have sorry, you have it. Exactly, yep. So basically you can go a lot easier doing it this way now that you can just kind of press, and that's how you start doing the honeycomb. Now this will take a couple days. It'll take you, I mean, it just depends on how much you guys want to work at it. I work at it whenever I just get, like, you know, time to myself. I usually spend like a half an hour on it at a time, and I'll walk away, and I sometimes do it throughout the day, but it's very, you know, very therapeutic for me. I find this super relaxing. Yes, it is a lot of work, but you know what? That is how I do it. So what you guys will need is you need about, if you plan on doing this size, like I said, this is the SS20, you will need about 2 bags of the SS20, and then you also will need a bag. Now you can do, there's 2 different kinds of bags that you guys can do, okay? We have one that, there's 2 different sizes that you guys can do. So this is the SS8 or SS16. So these are just a little bit smaller. You guys can use these for, sometimes you don't get stuff that lines up pretty easily. Hold on, I got one thing I forgot to glue. This glue does dry kind of fast, so you want to be quick with it. And don't ever walk away with your glue cap open if you guys have to go somewhere, because I came back and my whole thing was completely dried up, so you can do that. So there's 2 different options that you guys can do for filler. So basically there's sometimes where there's going to be a little bit of a gap. Like I said, you can either kind of spread them apart, it's up to you, but there's an option. You either get a bag of smaller sizes, like this is the SS20, 4mm is what this is. There's 1,440 jewels in here, the same size as the other one. So I just got 2 of these bags and 1 of these. Now, like I said, there is a different option that you guys could do. I'm gonna put my cover on my glue because I don't want it to dry up. And then there is a multi-pack, okay? So the multi-pack comes with different sizes. This is the SS30. This is the SS20, this is the SS16, I think this is the 12, the 6, and the 3. I don't know the smaller sizes off the top of my head, but they, basically you could get something like this. If you guys are like doing like a name or, you know, any kind of like picture, you definitely want to get something like this, because there's sometimes where you want to fill in a little gap, and there's sometimes where you want to fill in like a medium-sized gap. So this is something that you guys have, and I'll be making more videos of, you know, how I do my cups as I go on, but this is what I'm going to continue doing. And as you guys see, I kind of have another layer. So, and it looks like it's actually crooked. It does to me. But you know what? You're not going to notice it, because once all the jewels are together, you will not notice it. Now, you don't want it to be really crooked. You just want it to be slightly crooked. To me, it looks like it's crooked, but it's not. I don't know. So, but that's okay, because it's just going to be different. So I'm going to continue, you know, jeweling this, and I'll get back to you guys and show you what else to do. But you don't want to go all the way to the top with this type of cup. There are other cups that you can go all the way to the top, but this one you do not. So I'll show you guys what this looks like in a bit. Okay guys, so it's been actually a couple days since I've been working on this. I just kind of work on it whenever I get a chance. One thing I do recommend is kind of just go, when you guys start, make sure you just do a whole row, and then if you need to walk away, like I had to walk away, it's better if you can finish the whole row before you walk away, because these are still movable. Because sometimes these might be close together, and then if you have them all in one time, if you do them like however you want in one row, you guys can move them around a little bit, because otherwise when I get to this end or this end, depending on what way I go, it would be a gap. But I just found out that I can actually get you guys can actually get a 10% discount if you use my referral link below for the Be Creative or Be Create Be Createful website. I've ordered from them a couple times already, and I absolutely love it. They ship super fast. So if you guys want to do something like this, I do have a referral link below that you guys can do it. And like I said, I will also have the links for everything that I use on Amazon too, if you guys need to do it. Amazon does have other jewels that some people use if you don't want to pay for shipping and handling. A lot of people recommend the brand Jolin, so I will put that in the link for you guys. There's not a lot available colors for the price that you want to pay, so just giving you guys a heads up, but you know, it is a good thing. You just need about 3 bags of jewels, depending on what size you want to do. This is SS20, so I'm going to continue, keep going, and then I will show you guys when I get to the top, not to go all the way to the top, and then I'll show you guys what I'm going to do when I work on the lid. The lid's going to be different, made a little bit different, so that is what I'm going to be working on for just a couple minutes, and then I'm going to walk away. Yeah, it's crazy how long this takes, but it's also very relaxing. I just haven't had time, but I could make this in one day if I truly wanted to. Just with everything going on, I'm very busy, so I don't have a lot of time, but I'm going to kind of work on this some more. Okay, you guys, so I ended up going all the way to the top. One thing I did was made sure that as I was putting the jewels on, that the top wasn't rubbing up against this. As you guys can see, my line is not that straight. I don't know what happens. I think it's because as you let it dry, sometimes it's not as movable. That's why I say kind of just, yeah, it's just really hard to say, but you can't even tell I made a mistake, you know, which is totally fine. And you know what? It takes a lot of practice. This is probably my 3rd or 4th cup. And, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's, you know, so next thing we're going to do is do the top. Now, what I have is the SS20s and I have the SS16s. The reason why I have the SS16s is because sometimes you have to fill in a little bit of a gap. Now, I always have my glue bottle laying on the side when my bottle's like halfway empty, because then I'm not sitting there waiting for like the air bubble to get out of there. So that's just what I do. So then what you guys are going to do is just take the little bit of glue and kind of just make squishy lines. I mean, I've seen some people make straight lines. I just kind of do it this way. And then what we're going to do is take the SS20s. This is all preference on what you guys want to do. There's no right or wrong way. Everybody does a different design. Now, I've seen people have them like straight up on top of each other. I actually like to do it with the honeycomb effect. I think it just fills the cap up a little bit more. So that's basically, if you guys can kind of see it, what it looks like. So I'm just going to continue going all the way around this, and then I'll show you guys what to do for the top. Now, some people just leave the top the way it is. Since I spray painted it not very good, which is totally fine, I don't want to. Now, sometimes there's a spot where I don't have any glue. I just kind of swipe it in a spot there's a bunch of glue just to get it in there. But some people just want to leave it, and it all depends on what you guys want to do. So then I'm kind of a little bit out of glue, so I'm just going to continue doing this a little bit and then let it dry, and then once I get the top dry, then I will work on the bottom. Okay guys, so I have let the whole outer ring, you know, dry up, so it's pretty good. You will see a little bit of the edge on the edge, but what we're gonna do next is we are going to take the glue, and you're gonna just keep continually going round and round. So what I kind of do is I take my glue and I just do a little bit right on the top like this. And then that's how I slowly go. Now, you might need filler items. That's why I have the SS16s, in case you need the filler items. But I continue doing the honeycomb method all the way around. The honeycomb method is a lot faster than the scattered, but it's up to you. I will be doing a scattered one soon. It'll be my very first scattered one, and I will be making a video for that. So you guys want to check that out also. But pretty much just keep going and going. I probably could have a little bit more glue on here, but that's fine. So I'm going to continue doing this. Okay guys, so I've done the top. I pretty much just did the whole thing. There is one SS filler in here, and then there's another one right there. You can't even tell. I just used it because I didn't have enough space to do another one. Now you guys could leave it the way it is. I like to go all the way in. I know for sure my bigger jewels are not going to fit in there, so I'm going to use the SS16s. Like I said, you guys only need a couple of the SS16s. They do have like multi-packs that look like this, which I told you guys about. You could get that if you want to. Those are just a little bit cheaper. And then if you have other projects that you want to use them for, go for it. But you only need, like, you know, a little pack of the SS16s. But I recommend a big 2 packs of the SS20. So each pack has 1,440 of them in there. So you guys just want to get 2 packs of that, depending on what cup you want. Like this is 16 ounces. I've done a 20 ouncer, and I only needed, you know, 2 packs for that. I don't even think I used any of the SS16s for that one. But it just depends on how you guys, you know, beat it and how you space it and all that stuff. But that's pretty much it, you know. It's pretty easy. Just use your finger and voila. And it came off. There it is. It's pretty easy. I'm just going to take that off. Put a little dab of glue right here, you guys. Okay. I put that right back on there. And then, so that is it. It's pretty much easy. So now what you guys need to do after this is you want to wait for a whole week for it to fully cure. Just because sometimes the glue, I know the glue takes like a good 24 hours for it to fully dry. I mean, it dries pretty quickly, but for it to fully dry where it's going to be permanently on there, you guys want to wait. I keep touching this. Why do I keep touching this? You guys want to wait at least a little bit. So if you are planning on selling this or something, if you guys need to, make sure you make it. You wait, you know, a week, and then after that, you guys want to actually clean it yourself, because if any jewels pop off, you guys can, you know, fix it right away. So after 5 to 7 days, you guys want to clean it, but you want to use like a nice brush. So I just kind of took an old toothbrush and I just put it with some dish soap. Most people say Dawn. I use Palmolive. It doesn't really matter. And then I just kind of gently take my brush and just kind of, you know, scrub it clean. It will get a little bit shinier because with the wax tip that you guys use, there's like little wax smudges on every single little thing. So doing or cleaning it a little bit better will make it really shiny. So if you guys think about this, I paid, I think, like $8.91 times 2, so it was like a little bit, 20 bucks for the 2 SS20s. I paid maybe, I think, $7 for the SS16s, which I didn't need that much, but this is $7, something like that also. I also had to pay for shipping and handling. Shipping and handling was like $8. The cup I got at Michael's, I think it was like $6.99. I think I had a coupon, so I only paid $5.99 for it. And that's pretty much it. The spray paint I had, but if you guys do need to get spray paint, like I said, you want to have the spray paint because otherwise you will see how badly you mess up. So you want something that's going to match it. And this turned out perfectly. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I will have a link below of all the stuff that I used, including the trays, this little handle. One thing I also recommend with this glue is if you guys do walk away, put your glue cap on, because I've actually had one that dried out just with me walking away for like 5 minutes. So definitely keep your cover on, but I will have a link for these little bottles. I will have a link for 2 different kinds of these pens. These jewels, there's a different brand of jewels that a lot of people use made by Jolin that I'll have in the link for you guys. But yeah, just pretty fun. I have a ton of other colors that I will be making some other projects for. I have an acrylic cup that I'll be making and some other ones. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please let me know by giving this video a thumbs up. I think I'm looking at the camera upside down. And thanks you guys for watching. See you guys later. Bye-bye.